do you think we find out what the favor is before Mania? Like, people have said, oh, Heyman uses the favor that, that he owes Punk or whatever to get them the WrestleMania main event. I mean, I'm sorry, that's kind of fucking lame to me. I mean, if it closes Mania, that's not lame. But the idea of the favor being that it is the main event, it might be the main event anyway. So to say that Heyman used it, like, that's just stupid to me. I hope that's not what it is. But do you see this match closing the show if there's nothing on the line as of right now? Is it the main event?
I guess technically it could be the first night. I mean, the second night will easily be Cody and Cena, I would assume.
Sorry, Gunther and Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gunther and Jay, I feel like Gunther and Jay just kick the show off.
Yeah.
And then you end with this. I mean, like I said, it's Roman. I mean, I think you'd make the most sense to end with that. So, yeah, I would say that it main event's night one.
It is funny. This might be the first year. I might have to really think about it, but this might be the first year in a very long time where the Royal Rumble winners are probably not main eventing WrestleMania. We know Tiffany and Charlotte, that feud so far has been kind of eh. I'm looking forward to the match, but that is absolutely not main eventing Mania. And then Jey Uso and Gunther is just overshadowed by Cena and Cody, and then this triple threat match. And even the other Women's World Championship match, which is probably also going to be a triple threat. I mean, if you had the pencil, Mr. Marceau, what do you have closed the show? This triple threat or the other women's triple threat with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship?
Roman, Rollins, or Punk. I mean,
even without anything on the line.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, that feels like the bigger marquee match to me. I agree with Fernando. He had mentioned, well, earlier on, he said, how is the First Lady, Miss Elizabeth, not inducted? Even though I know Macho Man's been in for like a decade now. I don't know. Maybe that might be her estate. I'm not exactly sure. Hopefully she gets in at some point. But I'll go back to their chats in a moment. But Fernando had said, I think Heyman is turning on Roman for Seth. I was thinking about that because we're talking about Roman and Punk and where does Heyman's allegiance lie and whatnot. Is there the possibility, RJ, that we could see Heyman end up with Seth Rollins? Like with the Shield split where everyone thought, okay, could Roman go heel? Could Ambrose go heel? And it ended up being Rollins instead.
It could be. I mean, I don't know if I really want to see that, but I mean, I guess it's a swerve that you could go with. I think Punk, I'd rather him go back with Punk. I mean, Rollins, really, I don't know. I don't really like that. So I would stick away from that.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be an interesting swerve. I don't know it's something that necessarily needs to happen, but it would be definitely cool to see for sure. And then Daniel had also said, nice of Roman to stop using his PTO and show up for work for once. Yeah, I mean, at least we kind of expected this. We may not see him again until WrestleMania, but at least Roman Reigns did show up to work this week. So obviously he'll be on before then, but I joke. And then Richie had also said, Punk, Rollins, and Roman, the triple threat sells itself. The history from the Shield days and the current events is enough to get me to watch it. So many layers of story between those three. This really feels like it is like the main attraction with Cody and Cena kind of leading the charge. But this feels like the second biggest match on any of the proposed matches or now official matches for WrestleMania, even without like a potential title shot being at stake.
I mean, it doesn't overly surprise me. I mean, I know when it was originally discussed, people were against it. But I mean, like I said, I think with the storytelling, Roman is, I mean, like I said, he is the guy. So anything he's in, it's going to mean more than anything else. Punk's been big, obviously, and then Rollins. So there's a story there. Played out on Monday, and we'll get more within the next month. But like I said, I think easily should main event night one.
Yeah.
I like Jay a lot. I like Io a lot, but I mean, I don't think those should main event over the triple threat. I mean, you have three of the top guys in the company. You're gonna put Io, Rhea, and Bianca over them. I mean, I don't see that. I don't see it happening, and nor should it.
Should it add to this story, though? So Rollins cost Punk the Chamber win at Elimination Chamber. The whole idea was not only did he cost him the championship opportunity at Mania, but he also cost him the opportunity to headline WrestleMania, which is what Punk has always wanted to do. So do you think it adds to the story if this match doesn't main event WrestleMania? So Punk, because it's like he lost the Chamber, but then he gets the main event anyway. I mean, is that big of a deal, or could you see that adding to the story if it doesn't close out the show?
I guess my thing is, if that doesn't close out, what else would?
Well, I mean, Fernando said maybe Rhea, Bianca, and Io.
But why? They, if anything, you do Gunther and Jay. At least they he won the Rumble, so that's supposed to main event. Like Bianca won the Chamber, and Rhea's just being dragged along. I mean, I don't think that should main event. If anything, even Tiffany and Charlotte. Like, if you're gonna say that the main event WrestleMania, those two should get a shot over the triple threat. I mean, I like Rhea, Bianca, and Io a lot, but I mean, I would put the other triple threat above them and Jay and Gunther above them.
Well, Millennial Noob said Gunther and Jey Uso, as well as Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, are borderline terrible builds to WrestleMania 41. What's your instant reaction to that? True or false?
I mean, I'm there with Flair and Stratton, but I mean, I don't really. I think Gunther and Jay's been fine. I mean, I don't know what people are expecting more out of.
I mean, to be fair, with the build, though, we did say after he won the Royal Rumble, after Jey Uso won the Rumble, I was saying that Jey Uso really has to step up as far as the main eventer. Not that he hasn't, but there just hasn't been that many more layers to the feud than what we've been seeing so far. I would like to see an additional layer of character development or making this more intense than what we're seeing right now. Right now, it's a lot of back and forth. Gunther lays him out. Jey Uso lays him out. I would think that we would need to see like more like serious mic work from the two of them. And we have a month to go. It's not too late.
No, I was gonna say we still got plenty of time, people. I mean, you're a month away. I mean, you're also building these stories for 3 months. I don't know what you're expecting here. Like it's been. I honestly, this is one of my biggest pet peeves when people just like the build is terrible. Like, what do you want? Like, you want them to give it
too strong of a word.
It's been 3 months. It's been 2. They won the Rumble on February 1st. It's gonna be 2.5 months. Like, what do you want them to do for 2.5 months? I mean, I don't know what else you really want it to be. I mean,
what we've been getting so far.
It is what it is. I don't know what do you expect. Like, what do you want? Like, that's what I guess my question is. What do you want it to be?
Yeah. That's true. I mean, if they can heat it up, I mean, I wouldn't say it's been terrible. It's been perfectly fine. I think what you said is what is accurate. I think it's been totally fine so far. I think they can improve it, though, in the coming weeks by adding more fuel to the fire, however that might be. I think Jey Uso, like, beating A-Town Down Under, Gunther beating Alpha Academy. I know they're filler matches on purpose, but, like, who really gives a shit? But if they can, add some more fuel to the fire there and Jey Uso gets more serious and whatnot, I think it could work. But so far, what we're getting is fine, though, is what you're saying.
I think so. I mean, I see people, like I said, people complain like, "Oh, you keep saying everyone's doubting him. What else you want him to say?" Like, that's the thing. It's like, what else you want him to say?
Yeah, but they need to be careful not to get too repetitive with the feud before it's too late. I will say that.
I mean, I think we're kind of halfway there, but yeah.
Swerve One also joining us. Great to see you in the chat, Swerve. Swerve, I actually met over Royal Rumble weekend. Great dude. I'll be seeing him in Vegas over Mania weekend as well. But he had chatted in saying Roman and Punk tomorrow night on SmackDown is going to add so much more to this story too. Both triple threats should main event each night. So the Roman and Punk thing, I don't know if Roman's showing up to work tomorrow. Do you expect Roman Reigns to be on SmackDown tomorrow night? They're not I It's probably going to be like the left. I know, we're getting Miss TV. We're getting Miss TV tomorrow night. I know that.
No, I mean, I don't think we'll get Roman on SmackDown now.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But it would be cool. I'm looking forward to that next interaction between Punk and Roman, though. He's saying both triple threats should main event each night. The men's one, yes, but Cody and Punk we know is main eventing. I mean, not Cody and Punk. I'm sorry, Cody and Cena we know is main eventing night too. That's just a given. It has to.
I mean, that'd be probably the dumbest thing ever if it didn't.
That's actually
opening. Why wouldn't it main event? I don't get why it wouldn't main event night too.
No, it has to main event night too. Daniel had said Punk is my guy, and as much as I want him to finally get that Mania main event, I would actually be annoyed if the triple threat goes on last with it not having any real stakes. Listen, we were just talking about this, but the thing is, it's the biggest match you can possibly do. I mean, it's Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. The women's match is excellent, but I'm just thinking, as well as Mr. Marceau here, from a business standpoint, you have that match go on last. I mean, yeah, you're right. There is nothing on the line. And I don't want to see a scenario where the winner gets a title shot or like the next fucking night or something. That's just stupid. We don't need any more double duty bullshit. We had that last year. We don't need that again. Someone had said, maybe at the next pay-per-view they can get a title shot. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't really want it made more. Because I could see Roman Reigns winning, but will Roman Reigns really be around after WrestleMania? Probably not. I feel like it would make it obvious that he's not winning. Because as of right now, it really is unpredictable. Like, do you have a clear-cut winner in your head for who could win that men's triple threat match? Because I don't.
I think any one of them could win. I think they all have a stake that they could win. Like I said, maybe it's not the next month, but maybe down the line. Winner gets the title match at SummerSlam, something like that. Maybe that's the favor, and Rollins just kind of sneaks into it. I'm not quite sure exactly how you get there, but I think literally at this point I could see Rollins, Punk, or Roman winning. I don't think it's obvious any of them winning or any of them losing.
Yeah.
I think that's what's also probably the biggest intrigue. Like I said, that you could put that in the main event. It's not like you're like, oh, Punk's easily winning. Here we go. We know he's going to win, or Roman, or vice versa. I think all three guys have a 33% chance to win, like any normal triple threat should be.
Yeah, no, it's not predictable in the slightest. Whereas with the women's one, I like that they're doing it because it gets Io Sky on the card. It does spare Mr. Marceau a ran, right?
It does, yes, but she'll be eating the mat 1, 2, 3.
At least she's on the card and not wrestling for the tag titles, right?
No, that's the positive.
Yeah,
I guess.
definitely a positive. I mean, Nathaniel, I did answer your question earlier by just saying what I did to Mr. Marceau, but he asked, would you guys like the winner of Punk, Seth, and Roman to be added to the main event of night 2? Absolutely not. I mean, you spend an entire month and a half building towards Cody and Cena. Why into the third person? Like, it would have to be Punk. I mean, Rollins being added, I guess, would kind of make sense, but he and Cody haven't really interacted since before the Rumble, I don't think. And then Roman being added would just be fucking terrible. That would be awful. So we don't need Roman in the main event again for 2 consecutive nights. No thanks. So I don't like that idea personally. But yeah, make me believe that these two hate each other. I agree, Richie. As far as Gunther and Jay is concerned, I believe he's talking about. He also said, I would love to see the women, specifically Rhea Bianca, on Io main event night 1. That title bout is going to be more interesting in Tiffany and Charlotte and Jay and Gunther. I mean, so far the build has been more interesting for that women's triple threat than the other 2 feuds. I agree, and the match will probably be better as well. Yeah, I mean, like Swerve said, we mentioned that before, but like winner of the men's gets number 1 contender. Maybe for after Mania, it shouldn't be at Mania itself. I just don't really think that works.